welcome to the second and final game of the week. This time we've got Sorcery Saga, Curse of the Great Curry God. Like, so just from that title, you might tell this was from Japan.
Yep.
Like
Japan, land of the long game names.
Yeah.
Also curry.
Yes.
I mean, I know also Britain and India, but
yeah. Anyway, so Sorcery Saga: Curse of the Great Curry God is the latest conversion of a PlayStation family role-playing game thing from Ghostlight and Perpetual Series Nemesis Compile Heart. Yeah, I'll be honest. I can't speak too much about this game because I have mentioned this several times before. I have been unable to play this. It is a confirmed bug, so we'll start with the warning. This game has a known issue with Intel HD chipsets. There is a driver conflict that will prevent the game from running. Just like it will not run.
Well, at least as of time of recording, Ghostlight said they are looking into it.
Yeah, they are looking into it. I was not the only one who got hit with it, but they have not nailed it down, and they don't have a date for any sort of update. So it could be tomorrow. It could be 3 months from now. They could never find it. But buyer beware on that end.
Yeah. This is really only an issue if you're running a laptop or an integrated Intel GPU on your processor. Anything else should be fine.
Also, this game was originally released on PlayStation Vita, so if you want to go and get that version, well, that should work perfectly fine.
On your Vita.
If you still have a Vita.
And they make good doorstops. Wait.
Yeah. So, anyway, with that in mind, take it away. I wasn't able to play the game. The team here were.
Yeah, I was hoping to be able to play it, but I did not have energy left after I got home from convention today, so.
Basically, this is your standard dungeon crawler. You run around...
Mystery dungeon crawler.
Yeah.
But with curry!
Yeah. Basically, you're running around the dungeon as this little girl, Pupuru? I think that's what her name is.
Pupuru.
Yeah. Basically, she's been expelled from magic school because the little white puffball Q essentially ate the end goal of her test. So...
A test out. The written test, which she... Yeah. The written test got her to take that task that she lucked out through, basically.
Yeah. She's actually kind of incompetent. But typical anime tropes, ahoy. As far as the story, it's honestly pretty rote generic anime story.
But if that's your taste, then I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, it looks cute.
The whole gist of it is basically prove you didn't just, like, try and skip out on the test thing and get back into wizard school so you can graduate, as well as save a local curry shop who one of your friends owns. So you're trying to get him... Your major quest is get the legendary curry ingredients to make the best curry ever to save... What's his name's shop? I know the shop's called Good Smile, but...
Well, not quite, because Smile Curry.
Or Smile Curry, yeah. But, like, I keep forgetting...
His name is Nikolai, I think?
Something like that?
Something like...
And The antagonist is basically a guy who's super rich and runs a bunch of other restaurants in the area.
Chain of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And he learns of this legendary curry recipe, and he's gonna try to take the ingredients from you before you can get them.
yeah. And instead of something like Etrian Odyssey where you have a whole bunch of party members, your only party member is Q.
Yep.
Q will often go try and fight enemies. Sometimes he does better than other times.
Sometimes he'll completely wander off on his own.
Yeah, the big issue with him is, well, your HP goes back up as you move. Q's will steadily go down, and you need to feed him.
Mm-hmm. Items that you find throughout the dungeon, doesn't matter what it is, he can eat it.
Yeah. And now we start getting into the most infuriating thing about this whole mechanic. To feed Q, you have...
he sure does not have a walking animation.
No, he does not. You have to hit the I think it's X on Xbox control or whatever, turn to face Q, and go into your items, and go to throw, and then you can throw him something to eat.
I mean, I guess that would be convenient if he got separated from you, but
yeah.
But you can only throw in a straight line where you're facing.
Right.
Yeah. Also, be careful what you throw him. Not everything will heal him.
Yeah, and if he's incapacitated, you cannot complete the floor. So if he wanders off and dies somewhere, you have to find him, revive him, and then hope he follows you back to the exit before you get mauled by the group of infinitely spawning baddies.
Yep.
Though Q does get some interesting powers as he levels up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one of the last runs I did, he had a giant murder-all laser. So, basically, I would just have him go blow dudes up.
Yeah, of course, you have to tell him to do these things.
Sometimes, the laser one that I got was an automatic ability. It replaced his basic attack.
Yeah, I guess sometimes
But
he does do that.
there are some abilities, like his generic level 2 ability is crafting. Once per floor,
Mm-hmm.
you can essentially meld one item together with another one.
Yeah.
Also, there is another issue. Q gets in your way in combat.
Yes, he will.
He will walk in front of you, and instead, the attack button is the same as talk to Q button.
Yep.
So
that sounds like a possible issue.
When you're getting your head kicked in, if Q steps in front of you and something has a cleave attack, there's nothing you can do unless you can get around Q.
And it must be kept in mind that every action you take will cause the enemy to act on as well.
Yes. Every time you move is basically a turn.
Yep.
Right, that's how it usually is in roguelikes.
And like you also have spells.
Mystery dungeon games or whatever.
Spells and skills. Yeah.
Like
which
I
have
can
a limited use.
Yeah. It recharges every floor, or is it every time you exit? I wasn't really sure on that.
I think it was. I'm not entirely positive. I actually got the game open here so I can take a look at your
Yeah, a lot of research on it, because this game kind of has a new mechanic. It just kind of throws up a wall of text at you.
Yeah.
And getting back to it is kind of a pain. Oh, I think it's every time you leave, because I still only have 2 fire uses.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, every time you leave the dungeon, yeah.
So be sparing with your spells.
Mm-hmm. And fair word of warning. Well, of course, this comes with every mystery dungeon roguelike. that your level will start back at 1.
Yep. But
so your combat abilities mainly come from your weapon and shield.
yeah. Honestly, I think the only thing Huru gets from levels is HP.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't think her offensive capabilities increase when she levels.
I don't
Or
think
if it does, it doesn't scale well compared to your weapons.
No.
And like, what else? You can give up on a dungeon at any time, but you essentially lose everything but the weapons you're holding. There is also a teleportation book, which will throw you back to town with all of your items, and I think you can restart at the most recent checkpoint you've been to. Like, I know there are also, like, checkpoint exits where you will leave with everything, money, and items in hand, but when you return, you are back at level 1.
Mm-hmm.
And also a holdout from being a PS Vita game, there is a temporary save option.
Yep. Suspend option.
Yep, where it will make a temporary save so you can close the game in the middle of a dungeon, and then when you press it, when you load back in, you can load exactly where you left off.
Yeah, they usually do that to prevent save scumming in mystery dungeon style games.
Well, and also for PS Vita and mobile stuff, oh god, my battery's dying, I'm in the middle of a dungeon, what do I do? There is also a wait option if you really want to use that.
Sometimes it can be useful if you, for example, if you know an enemy has an attack with a certain range and you don't want to step into the range that lets them use that attack, you want them to step into a range that lets you do something.
Oh, and I just got the laser for Q. Another big issue though is the more Q levels up, he, like a Pokemon, he can only have 4 moves.
Yep, and they're random.
And there is no way to stop him from getting a move.
Nope, there is not.
So if he gets
you get to choose which one you delete?
Yes, but you have to delete a move. So if you have a really nice build you like, you can potentially have it entirely screwed by a lackluster ability you are forced to use.
I guess the theory is that every new one is better, but
some are actively worse. Like there was one ability I had resisted status effects on me and Q. I had to overwrite that with a thing that gave me fire up.
Why?
Because I had the Q laser, the crafting beam, and something that gave Q a bonus XP when he was given items.
I would have gotten rid of the XP thing.
That was more just for trying it out.
Yes, you know, speaking of XP, some of you probably haven't discovered that yourself, Dave, and it's getting away from Q, but you later on get an ability to make curry while you're exploring. And this requires 3 ingredients, and you can learn recipes by simply visiting the shop with whatever ingredients you have on hand. And this will allow you to gain buffs and XP bonuses.
Mm-hmm. I think I actually have that. Yeah, I have curry on demand.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so yeah, I have to kill all the enemies, at least in my general vicinity.
Does it do the thing where if you spend too long on a floor, something starts coming after you?
The enemies will be drawn toward you after a point, but there's no like super death monster or whatever.
It's no super death boss or disembodied gust of wind that just literally blows you out of the dungeon or whatever.
Yeah. Nothing like that.
Some floors will have their own little random gimmick type thing, like there'll be more monsters than normal nearby you. You start the floor, or
Yeah, there are
you
hidden
won't be able to
floors
use
as well.
items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the hidden floors have those special conditions.
Yeah.
There is also no like sprint button, so you can't like go faster in a straight line.
Yeah. And once you start doing that, you won't be able to stop until you run into a wall.
Right. So, anything else?
Not really. This game is just kind of. There are better options if you want to play a roguelike, honestly.
Yeah, it looks cute and harmless enough, but it doesn't sound like it has that much special to offer.
Yeah, the story is kind of bland. If you're looking for something like a little more interesting and a little more deep mechanically, I'd honestly suggest looking into something like Reciteer.
Yeah, its simplicity is kind of its most harmful
Like, I could
aspect of
see
it.
if I was playing this on, like, a Vita or whatever, you know, if I could just chunk
Yeah.
out a dungeon or whatever, like riding on the bus or something, it wouldn't be that bad. But the problem with it being on computer
Yeah.
kind of implies you want to spend more than 15 minutes with it.
Yeah.
Right. So, pricing. Like, all right. So, I'm going to run through this. On Steam, Sorcery Saga will run you $20, $19.99. And there is the costume bundle, which is an additional $5.
Oh, that's something we should also mention. Unlike a lot. Oh, sorry.
Not done.
Oh,
sorry.
On the PlayStation Store for the PlayStation Vita version, it's $14.99. Not seeing the costume pack, but it looks like those were individual costumes instead for $1. So, and if you want to go physical for the PlayStation Vita version, Amazon has it for $35. Well, right now $32, but it's on a bit of a sale.
Yeah.
So, how this would break down into best value is in the eye of the beholder. You might think it's the PlayStation Store version, but no, it's the Steam, and I'll tell you, it comes down to the DLC. Like, the DLC is all packaged up for $5. The DLC on the PlayStation Store is nickel and dime shit. Like, there are 36 costumes, and they're going. The low price is $1.
Yeah.
And there are some, and there are packs here that are $2.50. So, if you want to get the complete package, now mind you, I'm not sure if all of the costumes here are actually in the DLC pack, but this is pretty easy. Getting the whole thing, get it on Steam. Granted, there's also the whole you might not be able to play it bug to deal with currently, but $5 more expensive is a small price to pay, as it were, like literally in this case, for the also small price to pay of getting all the DLC. Let me see if the costume bundle, the FAO costume bundle.
Also, I mean, if you have a PS Vita or a PS TV, that's one thing. But if you don't, you would have to, get one of those.
The thing about
Yeah, it is
PSTV though is not all games are compatible with it.
Yeah, okay. Looking at the details of the costume pack, it is all 28 Sorcery Saga downloadable clothing items at a massive discount.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that right there is the tipping point.
So, and I guess also it really depends on how you want to play this. If you don't mind sitting down and playing it at a computer, though, if you'd
Right.
want to,
Mhm.
play it, maybe a little bit before bed or on the bus or something. Because
Mhm.
I doubt the costumes are necessary.
I don't think
I
so.
mean, if you have a PlayStation Vita and want to do that, and either don't care about costumes or have a ton of them, then don't care, then go off, I guess.
Mhm. So, that aside, this game is not recommended.
Though I will say, kind of like the only decent thing that's about this, they didn't give you game-breaking items at the start. Like a lot of the Compile Heart games or Idea Factory games we've reviewed.
Yeah, this does look pretty different than
Yeah.
the other
Yeah.
ones.
That's
So
probably down to the developer.
Yeah.
See, Compile Heart's actually the publisher
Mm-hmm.
of this game. Um, according to hang on, Wikipedia had like the actual developer here. The game was developed, or at least co-developer, Zero Div. I don't know if I don't know. Yeah, Class of Heroes developer Zero Div. They made the Class of Heroes series. So
Hmm.
that would explain the art style shift.
Indeed.
mhm.
Anyway, so I guess that'll about do it for this review. Like,
Yep.
Pretty much, yeah.
Again, sorry I couldn't contribute more, but did not have both time and energy.
yes. Like, right. So the week ahead, um, coming up on Tuesday. Yes, we do have another Tuesday interview scheduled. Um, it's Ralph Egas of Abstraction Games. We were supposed to do this a month ago, but I don't know, something came up at the day of the interview, and it got pushed back to this week. I do not like right now. I'm assuming we're going to be doing this on Tuesday, so be sure to tune in for that. And on Wednesday, our good friend John Pickett of Manga Gamer is going to be here. Yeah, we'll be talking about visual novels and, more to the point, all of the controversy around visual novels.
Yeah, I imagine John's gonna have a lot to talk about.
Yes, it's been very, very hectic.
Indeed.
Yeah. And yeah, until Tuesday, I wish you good gaming.